The day the sky split open above Dock City 7, everyone thought it was another inspection fleet. Gray ships came every month, scanned the planet, took reports, and left. Humans had learned not to look up anymore. Looking up only reminded them who owned the stars. Aaron Hale did look up. He was lying on his back under a broken cargo hauler, grease on his face, one hand deep inside a whining engine coil. The shadow that crossed the ground was too wide, too heavy. The air vibrated. Tools rattled. People started shouting. Aaron rolled out, wiped his eyes, and stared. A single Imperial barge hovered low, its hull carved with gold lines and ancient alien symbols. Emperor class. Personal transport. That's not good, he muttered. The barge lowered a ramp. Soldiers poured out, tall, armored, their eyes glowing behind glass masks. Dock City fell silent. Even the machines seemed to stop breathing. An official stepped forward and spoke through a translator orb. By decree of the eternal Emperor Varkun, the voice boomed, flat and cold. A gift is delivered to this world. Accept it or face consequence. A gift from the alien emperor was never a gift. The soldiers turned. Something massive moved inside the barge. Heavy footsteps. Slow. The metal ramp groaned under the weight. Then she appeared. Gasps spread through the crowd. She was alien, clearly royal by the markings on her skin and the glowing rings embedded along her spine. But she was also enormous. Broad shoulders, wide hips, thick limbs. Her body overflowed with soft mass, far larger than any soldier beside her. Chains hung from her wrists, not to restrain her, but to guide her balance. She looked confused, hurt. Her large eyes darted around, wet and shining. The official spoke again, with a hint of cruel amusement. The emperor sends his daughter, Princess Luriel, unfit for the throne, unwanted. Consider her a joke. She will remain here. Do with her as you wish. Murmurs turned to uneasy laughter, then fear. No one laughed openly. Laughing at an emperor's joke was dangerous. Aaron felt his chest tighten. He had grown up fixing things people threw away. Machines scrap broken lives. He knew that look in her eyes, the look of something discarded. The soldiers released the chains. The princess stumbled, nearly falling. The official did not help. The ramp lifted. The barge rose back into the sky and vanished into the clouds. Silence returned, heavy and cruel. No one moved. Finally, someone whispered, "What will we do with it?" With her. The word mattered to Aaron. Before he could think better of it, he stepped forward. "I'll take her." Every head turned. The dock overseer stared at him like he was insane. "You're a mechanic, Hale. You can barely afford power cells." "I've got space," Aaron said. "An old hangar, and I can feed her." The princess looked at him. Their eyes met. Hers were huge, uncertain, hopeful in a fragile way that made his heart ache. The overseer swallowed. "Fine. If she causes trouble, it's on you." Aaron nodded. He offered his hand. She hesitated, then took it. Her grip was warm, strong. "I'm Luriel," she said softly, her translator ring flickering. "I'm sorry." He smiled, nervous but honest. "I'm Aaron. Welcome to Dock City 7. The beginning was hard. The hangar was cold, drafty, built for ships, not people. Or princesses. Aaron patched insulation, welded supports, and converted cargo heaters into living space. Luriel watched, fascinated. She asked questions about everything. Tools, bolts, engines. Why humans repaired instead of replaced. "Because fixing means it still matters," Aaron said. She thought about that for a long time. She struggled with her body. Simple movements exhausted her. She had lived her life in floating palaces where servants carried her, dressed her, fed her. Here, gravity was heavier. Food was different. There were no servants. Aaron never mocked her, never pushed. When she fell, He helped her up. When she broke a chair, he fixed it. When she cried at night, thinking he could not hear, he stayed awake and pretended to snore so she would not feel embarrassed. Slowly, she changed, not shrinking, not becoming something else, but growing stronger. She started walking with him to the scrap yards. She learned to lift parts, to weld. Her hands were clumsy at first, but patient, careful. She laughed when sparks startled her. A deep, warm sound. People noticed. Some mocked. Some feared her. Others grew curious. The Emperor's discarded daughter repairing machines beside a human mechanic made no sense to the galaxy. Imperial eyes returned. A patrol ship arrived one night, hovering over the hangar like a threat. A transmission followed. The Emperor demands proof of survival. The joke must endure. They wanted entertainment. Humiliation. The demand was clear. Luriel was to be displayed. Shown as weak. Broken. Aaron crushed the communicator in his hand. "They can't have you," he said. Luriel shook her head slowly. "They will come anyway. My father does not forget. Then we make them regret it." He had an idea. A dangerous one. Dock City 7 was powered by old Imperial tech, maintained by humans who barely understood it. Luriel did. She had been educated despite everything. She knew the systems, the fail-safes, the flaws. Together, they worked day and night, rewiring generators, modifying shields, turning mining drones into defense units. People joined them, quietly at first, then openly. Hope spread like fire. When the Emperor's fleet arrived, they expected a show. They found resistance. Dock City's shields flared brighter than ever before. Drones swarmed. Ships fell back under precise counterfire. Imperial commanders shouted in confusion. On the main channel, Luriel appeared. Not chained, not ashamed. She stood tall, scars visible, grease on her hands, her royal markings glowing with power. "I was sent as a joke," she said, voice steady. "But I was never broken. You discarded me. This world did not." The Emperor's image appeared, furious, towering. "You are nothing," he roared. She smiled. "I am free." The fleet withdrew. Not defeated, but shaken. The joke had teeth. After that, nothing was the same. Dock City 7 became a symbol. A place where discarded things found purpose. Ships came from across human space to be repaired. Refugees arrived. The hangar became a workshop, then a home, then a community. Aaron and Luriel worked side by side. One evening, as twin suns set beyond the docks, she sat beside him on the hangar roof. "When I was sent here," she said, "I thought it was the end of my story." Aaron looked at her. "Turns out it was the start of mine." She leaned against him, careful, trusting. The Emperor had sent his daughter as a joke. But the human mechanic had found exactly what he had always wanted. And together, they built something the galaxy could never laugh at again.